Good morning, learners. This is a guided session for me to learn more about D&D and becoming a dungeon master. I'm going to be joined by my good friend Ned, and he has quite a bit of experience with running sessions and playing those D&D sessions. So he's got a huge and massive and rich wealth of knowledge that I can sort of tap into and learn more about. He's going to be joining us for the next few episodes because there's just so much to tackle and try to understand to become a efficient and effective dungeon master. In this video, he's going to show me resources that he thinks are effective, and he's going to rate them on whether it's necessary or just really helpful to have. I hope you enjoy this session.
One of the most important things, if not the most important, is your screen. Okay?
Yeah.
This is what you use to kind of hide all your special secrets. It's actually
I've never actually seen
a whole
one.
pile of information as well on the inside. And this is like your cheat sheet for DMing. There's rules, there's tables on here for numbers, there's conditions for combat, so whether people fall prone or they get stunned or paralyzed.
Never even thought about this.
You have reference to all of those conditions and the things that you don't think will happen. This screen, or at least this information, it can be a lifesaver for you and can really keep your game going without having to pause and look up specific rules. So this not only kind of shields your players from what secrets you're hiding behind the board, like your own notes or any kind of miniatures or dice rolls that you're making, but it also serves as a cheat sheet for you as the DM. Second thing is the battle map.
Battle map.
One that you can just, like a gridded battle map. Not necessary, but I believe necessary for key fights or key combats. This is for when your players. There's benefits and cons to using these. But the benefit to this board is it really provides a very clear visual indication of what's going on in a given fight. Essentially, there's two ways to run combat with a grid, or you can run it gridless in the theater of the mind. So it's your mind as a collective. Both work. Give within certain restraints, like
In the theater of the what?
theater of the mind.
Oh,
So that's when we
Imagination.
just take it in our imagination.
okay.
Theater of the mind combat.
Stuff that. Nah.
It would be.
So you're saying it's good for imagery, but it stops the
limits
flow
to it.
of
It
pretty much the
definitely
story.
slows down the fights into a more mechanical, strategic play. Then you've got your 3 staple books. This, again, not necessary, but honestly you wouldn't be able to do too much without them. There's free resources online, but these help a lot. So this is the Monster Manual. This is my favorite of the 3 books. You got the Dungeon Master's Guide, also very useful if you're a DM, and the Player's Handbook. And these are kind of like the trifecta when you get into D&D. If you're a player, you really only need this.
Yeah. Hold it up. See if it can focus.
Yep.
Keep your eyes away. Oh, it's sounded good.
But if you're DMing, I'd get these 2 as well. Dungeon Master's Guide and the Monster Manual.
Gotcha.
These are the 3 staples. So if you're getting into Dungeons & Dragons, and especially if you're looking to DM, these books are great. They're pretty user-friendly. They're text-heavy, but it's just fun. And it's got all the information that you'll need to get started.
Because the one
between these 3 books and the DM screen and some dice, you need some dice to get going.
Dice.
You're good. You're set.
Yeah,
That's all you really need.
The DM screen, book, dice.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. DMing is easy, dude. This is the easiest thing ever.
The last book's the DM guide. Super useful if you're getting into DMing. It's just got everything in there. So like how to make your own campaign.
Oh, I probably should read
It's
that.
got so many tables. It's got all the treasure and the magical items.
Oh,
in it.
cool.
There's almost half of this book is magical items.
I'm keen.
There's tables in here. So if you're like, how much magic items or gold do I want to give these players?
Yeah.
You can look at these tables and say, okay, well, what was the challenge? Was it very difficult? If it was and they completed it, use this table, roll a dice, and it'll give you take any of these items from this specific section of the book.
Oh, man.
This takes a lot of that,
Holy moly.
and then it's like look at this. This is a whole
Look at this dude.
whole page on if your players want to sow rumors in a tavern, or like they want to spend a week of their in-game time spreading a rumor about a particular
No
NPC.
way.
It's got rules here. How do you do that?
Oh my goodness. This
So
is insane. This
it's
is
in here.
actually insane.
everything's in here, but yeah, it really goes through all the things that you just don't think about.
I have not thought about
And
any of this.
the people who have written this book have really spent a lot of time,
Yeah.
fully giving you the tools that you need.
I guess.
They've got dice as well. Critical. Normally you can buy a little pack of 7 dice for
Yeah.
anywhere between $2 and $200 if you really,
Really?
want to get the
metal
boys
ones?
The metal ones. I don't like metal ones. They're way too heavy and they're clunky and they dent your table when you roll them.
Oh, really?
So, just get some nice plastic ones. There's a whole culture behind dice as well. Certain people train their dice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the theory is you put the D20 facing upwards, which is the side that you want to land on, and you leave it there overnight and like do that. There's a whole
Hell yeah.
there's a whole thing to it.
Let's go.
This is my personal little folder of just goodies. It's pretty thick. You don't need any of this stuff, but this is the stuff that I use. Make a map. Really good for your players to just see where they can go. It's got a grid, like I can travel here in a day. It's going to take me 2 days to get here. Got all my little tokens,
These are sick.
my little miniatures that I
Hey,
use.
it's the cow. What's that?
This is all the
Honey?
stuff for the battle grid. So again, if you're not using this, you don't need it. This is a little third party. These are like 2D pop-up miniatures. So they have a little plastic base. Plonk them down on your battle grid, and you've got monsters ready to go. And then the same with terrain. I have a
Oh, these are great.
I have instead
They're
of
like little
drawing,
barrels and stuff.
drawing
I
all the
can see it.
terrain onto these battle grids, I
Whoa.
have like cut out.
Yeah, that's sick. Like branches
Like,
and
like terrain, like buildings, caves, anything really.
rubberies.
And that's all. That's all. Dungeon Craft is the particular brand that I'm using.
Into the game.
Music, I would recommend. I use it every time, but it's the best way to immediately bring immersion into your table. Set the atmosphere. Keep talking
We
about
could
that. We
keep
could go
talking
into a
about-
delve of pretty much anything. But,
Yeah.
that's
Because there's so much to tackle.
yeah, there is. There is.
But you've definitely opened my eyes a lot to what needs to be done.
I think for anyone starting,
Yeah.
Starting
What's
out?
your 3 big tips?
my 3 biggest tips.
I'll
would
just put
be-
you on the
three biggest
spot.
tips would be
Have fun.
maybe have fun.
Sorry.
Have the stat blocks for whatever your creatures you're using.
Oh, yeah.
That just helps so much.
Okay.
And really, they just make your life so much easier if you know what to expect or what your combatants are doing. You need to be able to run that well. Having a list of things that will possibly come up, having a list of names
Names,
is
that's
super
really important.
useful.
Because I always ask you what
Just
their name
pull
is.
people's names out. You don't know what they are, but you can just say, oh, it's Geralt. Geralt Longblade or something like that.
Ned had the habit of always just giving the guard the name Bill or something, and I was like, Bill. His name's Bill, really?
He would just rip me for it every session, and that would be like a whole joke for the rest of. Where's Bill? Is he coming? When are we seeing him next?
When's he working? When's he on shift?
Yeah, when's Bill's next shift? Yeah, I was like, dude. Oh, he's later on tonight. I don't know. Has Bill got a family?
Yeah, I want to meet his kids.
Yeah.
Is he struggling? Sorry. I
Yeah, so have
interrupted
start blocks. Be flexible with how you design your session.
Be
So
flexible.
again, don't tie down your key points.
Yeah.
Be open to player suggestion. And the last thing that I would recommend to a new DM would be to honestly just to relax. Hey, if people have come to you and are willing to sit around a table for 5 hours with you and play make believe, no one's really expecting. We're just happy to be there.
Yeah.
They're just happy to be there.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel like it all went terribly,
Yeah.
but if everyone had a good time, then you're a winner.
I see this as a complete
Yeah,
success.
it's a complete success.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that you can only kind of learn through doing.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. Well, thanks so much, man.
Cool. Hopefully I'll tune in on another episode
Yeah.
sometime.
Hell
Where we
yeah.
can delve a little deeper into the monster manual.
Yeah,
or
until-
combat tactics or something like that.
Yeah. Actually, there's so much. Holy.
There's heaps. There's heaps.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
Well,
big topic.
let's stop there. We've got about a whole hour. Thanks so much for doing this, man. It's taken so much
no
of your time.
problem. No, I'm happy to talk about it. Honestly.
I'm such a good time.
Yeah, I'm really enthused that some of my friends are looking into it and enjoying this hobby of mine. So
Oh, good.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited to play your game too.
Bruh, I'm mixing it up, bruh. Everything's gonna go
Ruined, just
according to plan.
Ooh, yes.
Love it when a plan comes together. No.
Yeah.